Are we ready to discuss Ben 10 and Bonnie Blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's talk
We
about.
are Jeffrey Einstein.
Alright, let's talk about.
Wait,
how...
we gotta do the intro.
That is the intro, you bum!
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Jizz Roundabout, where our cum goes in circles. Today, we will be discussing how Ben 10 has more bodies than Bonnie Blue.
Alright, man, whatever.
Which, in the lore, if we take account of the lore, honestly,
Who cares?
it's
Ooh.
completely false.
Yeah,
You want me to explain?
no.
Too bad.
Fuck.
Ben 10 in his prime can only turn into about 60 to 70 aliens, right? Now, he may have the Omnitrix, right, has like over 1,912,000, according to this article I read, alien DNA samples, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, though, he can only access 60 to 70 of those alien DNA samples, meaning that Bonnie Blue has more bodies than Ben 10,
No, listen.
lore-wise.
Now, let's think about this. What's to say that Bonnie Blue has not slept with over 1 million unique men?
Wait, hold on. Listen.
And girls and horses. Let's think about this critically.
Listen. Let's think about this. Let's go back to Ben 10 and his Omnitrix. What if his
Right.
aliens had their own Omnitrix that they could access 60 to 70 of? So he could access 60 to 70, another one could access 60 to 70, and so on and so forth. Meaning, theoretically, he could have an infinite amount of himself out there.
Well, no shit, everyone has an infinite amount of themselves.
You know, what the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Exactly.
Infinite universes
No, listen though.
means infinite possibilities.
Listen. Who's to say that his alien selves cannot have their own Omnitrix that they can access 60 to 70 of themselves on? Think about it.
The lore.
Now, let's flip the equation.
Besides the lore.
What if humans could do, add something like that?
Technically, they can have half of themselves.
Nah,
Theoretically.
think about it. Let's say someone can let's say an alien can transform into a human, bro.
Right.
What does that bring about?
Isn't that just a skinwalker?
Yeah,
But in alien form?
exactly. What? Anyways. So, I feel like Ben 10 has more bodies than Bonnie Blue because of the fact that he can theoretically have an infinite amount of himself, which means he could fuck more women than there are in the world. Meaning,
Now, what's to say that Ben 10 isn't gay?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Think about it. He could have listened to the new Swami Blueberry Icicle and Gubonium track about fucking dudes, and understand that maybe he's a member of the LGBTQ community.
well, listen, that could
Honestly, he could be bi.
exactly.
Because, like,
What if he's bi?
think
That-
about it.
if he's bi, he can
Each
fuck-
of his aliens have a different sex advantages, and each of them also lean towards a certain like sexuality depending on what he can do with that alien.
Which can mean,
Like,
which could also mean, with his infinite amount of himself, he can fuck his own self. Theoretically, meaning he could have an infinite
Yes.
amount of bodies.
let me pull up. I want to pull up some of the aliens that he could become. He can probably reproduce with himself.
Exactly. He can get sexual surgery with his aliens to become a female. To have the
I mean, he
female
does-
reproductive
Let's-
organ.
No, he doesn't. That's what we call the clownfish thing. He can do that.
Let's add another fact to the equation. Now, what if Ben 10 can transform into Bonnie Blue? Does he automatically get all of Bonnie's bodies?
Wrong, he'll just get an extra 1,000.
No, he would just
Yeah,
have
so
a.
that
which wouldn't outweigh the a million DNA samples that's like in him.
Exactly.
Meaning he honestly, technically, he does have more. Fuck. Technically, he does have more bodies than Bonnie Blue.
Exactly. Ben 10 has more bodies than Bonnie Blue in every single way, shape, and form because he can get surgery to be able to reproduce as a female. He can,
He doesn't. I don't think he
He's
needs
a
surgery for that.
well, not,
He could just become anything he wants, really.
well, yeah, you're right. So he could theoretically.
Different aliens,
You could,
different ways of fornication,
exactly.
different ways of reproduction. Right.
Exactly. So in theory, Ben 10 can genuinely have more bodies than Bonnie Blue in every single way, shape, and form because Bonnie Blue cannot shapeshift and become a female, well, a male, and also split into being a male, not female, becoming its own, its own thing, like Ben 10 can with his Omnitrix. Listen, Ben 10 can duplicate and become whatever he wants, and if his alien forms also had their own Omnitrix, it could be an infinite amount of bodies. Not with men, not with just men or just females, but both sexes. Meaning, he can genuinely have an infinite amount of bodies in the ways of sexually and physically. So, Bonnie Blue.
Exactly.
So Bonnie Blue does not have the same amount of bodies as Ben 10. Ben 10 can get up to that and already has more. He has so many DNA samples within him, meaning he can become what almost anything with those because those samples are unique and he can form them into becoming like a doppelganger of Bonnie Blue. Meaning,
And a doppelganger of himself, if
exactly.
you wanted to, really.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's add one more thing to the equation. Who's to say that Ben 10 isn't Bonnie Blue already? What if we've been lied to this entire time, and Bonnie Blue is actually a 10-year-old who can transform into alien, and Bonnie...
No.
And Ben
What
10
if Bonnie Blue is a 10-year-old Mossad agent who can transform into aliens along with the reptilians that we've seen all over the
Well,
place?
then that means.
And it's just him,
Well,
but
wait.
duplicated.
Wait a
In which
minute.
he duplicated, because like he reproduced with himself and duplicated himself. Meaning that Mark Zuckerberg is just Ben 10, but in the form of a so-called human. Even though you notice that Mark Zuckerberg looks like a
We would have to include an extra 1,057 men that Bonnie Blue has gotten by, according to this
Right.
article from in 2025, a year ago. You'd have to add an extra 1,057 men on top of the extra 1,000, which would mean 2,000, and infinitely count that up, which means it'd be an over infinite amount, and which would mean that there's a theoretical zero limit.
right. Also, kind of like off topic, even though these shits I'm about to mention don't even exist.
Well, look.
Technically, not only can he like become like different aliens that have different forms of fornication, right?
Well, look at my screen.
What
look at
if
my screen.
no, shut up,
No, nigga.
shut up, nigger.
Fine. Let me listen. Let's hear your side.
But what if he can identify as those like 70 different like sexualities, right? Those non-existent ones, like mass presenting agender, right?
How much would you want to bet that there is a number past infinity?
Honestly, I wouldn't.
That's like that's like saying that we should use I for this equation. I is an imaginary number in math.
Look at my
therefore
screen.
holds no use in this current debacle.
Look at my screen.
Here, let's see.
How
I'm
to
looking.
How to Count Past Infinity by Vsauce, April 9th, 2016. Listen,
Right.
Hey Vsauce, Michael here. What is the biggest
he has way more than infinite amount of bodies. Above
Right.
infinite. Technically
Also, let's
speaking.
think about the future. Think about it. Ben 10 has this amount of bodies at the age of 10 years old. Bonnie
Right.
Blue is like, what, 25? And she has only 1,000? Think about it. Think about it for the future. If Bonnie Blue, like, if she keeps on fucking until she's like 70, then she'll probably have like maybe 10,000 by the end of her career. Now, Ben
Right.
10, he already has over 1 million by the age of 10. He's good.
Which means, no matter what, in any way, shape, or form, Bonnie Blue can physically cannot have more bodies than Ben 10.
Yes, and let's take into account that Bonnie Blue's gonna have kids, right? We gotta remember that, right?
Yes.
If she raises them to be the way she was and continues on the legacy, even that wouldn't be enough to surpass the amount of bodies that Ben 10
Think about it.
has.
Ben could simply acquire the newer bloodline.
Exactly.
Like, yes, it'll be extremely tragic if Bonnie Blue does that, but
Right.
like,
Look at.
hell, it's possible.
Alright. Ben 10 can theoretically think and be able to have in the physical realm, be able in the cartoon world, be able to physically create over infinity.
Alright.
You can think of this as a spin from Steel Ball Run. Spin is simply the concept of infinity and is based on the Fibonacci sequence. So if we use Fibonacci sequence for Ben 10's bodies, then we have a pretty good template to figure out how hopeless Bonnie Blue is. Bonnie Blue should really just retire
Exactly.
because there's no way that she's
Let
ever
Ben
going to
10
surpass
take
Ben
the
10.
spotlight. Let Ben 10 take the spotlight. Because
Exactly.
Ben 10 has more bodies than
Ben
Bonnie
10
Blue.
is that motherfucker.
Exactly. He's that guy.
Alright.
He is that guy.
Conclusion found. Ben 10, in theory, can think and have more bodies than Bonnie Blue. He can access 60 to 70, but if 40, according to Vsauce, is in theory the largest number, we can make it to a point where Ben 10 has over infinite, over omega, over everything, has everything. Every person, everything he can create, whatever he wants. Basically meaning he has more bodies than Bonnie Blue.
Also, I would like to. We should also think from a health standpoint. Think about it. Ben 10 can adapt to. He can transform into an alien that's immune to an STD.
Right.
Can Bonnie Blue?
No.
I don't think
No.
so.
Which means
Meaning that her fucking around would come at a cost. For Ben 10, it's just another Tuesday because he's resistant to that shit. He's just like that. And it's honestly impressive that a 10-year-old can have way more bodies than Bonnie Blue.
He is literally going to be in the Museum of Cracking.
exactly.
Alien, literally, after the life of Ben 10, he will be studied for generations as the Master Crack.
Exactly.
Hell,
Because
people
of
will probably
us.
pray to him and make his entire existence a religion.
Exactly.
Praising the fact that he was the first boy, 10-year-old boy, to have
he has
an infinite amount of bodies.
He has more bodies than Bonnie Blue. He has more bodies than he can.
I mean, think-
no,
also-
listen. He's in theory the snake theory, where the snake is eating itself. He has more bodies than himself because
Exactly.
because of himself having the infinite possibility, an over infinite possibility of this, meaning Ben 10 has more bodies than the world, than the universe, than God, than anything that can be fathomed by the brain.
If we go back to the Big Bang Theory, right?
He has more bodies.
Let's think about this real quick. Have you guys not considered that maybe in this case he is the Big Bang?
Ben
Right?
10, you're right.
Yeah, he is the Big Bang.
Ben 10 is the
He
one.
has
What if
he has
Ben
an
10
infinite amount of bodies,
Yeah. What
and
if
it
he was
will
the one?
always adapt.
What if he was the one that
Right.
created Earth? What if Ben 10?
What if Ben 10 is God?
Exactly.
Because he can
Then
create.
that would make
what-
sense why his body count is so high.
Because
he's divine.
yes, he is literally us. We are Ben 10, and so, ending this video off, we are Ben 10.
We are Ben 10.
We are Ben 10.
We
Are Ben 10.
More on that. I feel like, God.
Motherfucker had to sneeze, bruh. Dumbass nigga had to sneeze.
Nigga in apple.
But seriously though,
And he could also have all sorts of like. I don't know how to put into words. Actually, I don't know how to put into words.
OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue very unexpectedly claimed she'd be in the world. We are Ben 10, which means.
We are Ben 10.
Okay, hold on, we're cutting that out. We're cutting this out. We're cutting that out.
Let's try that again.
Anyways,
You say it again. Say it again.
alright. Which,
Damn it! I've been holding that in all day. I need to post this on Spotify, bro.
yo, alright. I can't stop laughing now. Hold on. What the fuck was I rambling about, bro? I
What
forgot.
the fuck? No, actually, we were just straight chatting.
Exactly.
Yo, that's
That was a good 30 minutes of just straight fucking yap.
We need to do that more often.
Dude, somebody, during this session, somebody asked me to 1v1 him.
Alright, hold on. Okay. Let's collect ourselves, okay?
Okay.
I forgot what I said.
You said something about
No, alright, listen.
in conclusion,
Yeah.
right?
Alright. Let's redo that. We are Ben 10. Fuck, I messed it up. No.
Say it again. Say
We
it again.
carry the Omnitrix.
You want me to say I
No.
lost the laughs in me.
No,
Left.
no, I got it. I was speaking. I
Alright.
have to say it or else it'll sound weird. So, in theory, if Ben 10 is God, we
I'm
are
still
Ben
recording.
Motherfucker. Nigga, let me say it, bro.